type of installation like this? Look, a single-phase 50-volt circuit breaker. What do you think is connected wrong to this circuit breaker here? Look here, look. At the output, I'm connecting a 6mm red cable and a 1.5mm cable to the circuit breaker output, because there's no space in the panel. You go there and use a circuit breaker that's already in the installation. But this circuit breaker is 50 volt. And you connected this little black cable here. Use a circuit breaker. And what will happen if there's a problem with this installation? Let's see, I'm separating the wires. Let's do a test on this type of circuit, which is very common for people to do the installations here and think it's correct. This 1.5 volt cable here, look, I'm going to turn on the circuit breaker now. I'm going to apply a load. Let's see what will happen. This circuit breaker will trip if there's a circuit in the installation, where it's made with a 1.5 volt cable to use the electrical circuit. You turned it on, it was connected to the 50 volt circuit breaker. Here, look, I'm causing an overload. Look, what's the 1.5 volt wire doing? The circuit breaker isn't turning it off. It doesn't even feel that there's this current going through it. It could be passing half the current. I'm passing about 40 volts here. What happens if you turn the cable in half? The circuit breaker won't trip. Look, the cable catches fire and it could catch fire in your installation. The cable is very close here, but you could have an installation, an outlet far away in this circuit here, just because you turned it on to this circuit breaker here, look. Now let's test it with the 6mm cable to see what happens, look. What will happen? We'll cause an overload. So subscribe to the channel, follow us because we have several tests on the channel, and give us a tip to see. Speak up, make a comment to see if this type of incorrect installation has ever happened. Now I'm going to cause an overload with a 6mm wire. Oh, the circuit breaker fell and the cable remained intact, so it wasn't damaged. Look here, look, the 1.5 cable caught fire and the 6mm is intact. So you always have to make sure you always have the correct circuit breaker to protect the installation. So leave a comment to see if you've ever seen this type of